Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. This is Jason Butt with the UGAsports.com quick take. I'm going to cut right to the chase with this one. Darnell Washington. This guy needs to get the ball more. And I believe it was last week or earlier this week. I brought this up, but I think he deserves his own video, his own case to be made, similar to earlier this week when I mentioned Branson Robinson needing to get the ball. Needing to be the number one running back, I should say, needing to lead that backfield. Darnell Washington is so Brock Bowers is the best receiver, best all everything on this team. He obviously is the focal point for this offense. The offense moves through Brock, and then everything else is complementary. That's the way things are right now. That's the way I see it. That's the way I think most people who watch Georgia football see it. Darnell Washington. This guy, 6'7", 280, long arms, huge hands. Is he a 4'3", 4'4" guy? No, but the fact that he's that big and that hard to bring down, and the fact that he can his big body against safeties, linebackers are going to have problems bringing him down. Line him up wide. You're going to have to put a linebacker out. You're not going to have him go against a corner. Opposite. You're not going to have a corner go against him. So there are so many things that you can do with Darnell, and I get that you also need your tight end in the blocking game, to whether it's pass protection, run blocking, all that. But let's look at Darnell's numbers for the season so far. And I've actually been quite surprised that this is the direction that Georgia has gone with him, because when you look at the roster and you look at the fact that they have a lot of number twos and number three type receivers, they don't really have a number one. You would have thought that perhaps Darnell Washington would be involved a lot more in the passing game. And here's what we have so far. 2 for 33 against Oregon, 2 for 33 against Samford, 1 for 15 against South Carolina, 2 for 39 against Kent State. The Missouri game, where he shined and had that big catch in the fourth quarter, 3 for 64. Okay, get him a little more involved. Had his best day of his career. Auburn, 2 for 23. Back to where we are typically. I am into for the year that, the 12 catches for 207 yards. Now, you've got to get him more involved as doesn't have to be the centerpiece, but you can. I just do believe that this passing offense, which has struggled early in games, if they go through Darnell Washington, if they make a more of a point to put him as a number 2-3 option in this passing attack, that they moving the chains might be a little easier. They may not get bogged down and stuck. I think sometimes, coaches, all coaches, the best coaches, they can have a tendency to overthink things. When you have a matchup problem like Washington, use it. Simple. Find ways to get him the ball. Get the catch against Auburn where they rolled out Stetson Bennett and they had the drag route with Darnell, and I went for a first down. Easy. Okay. Find ways to do more of that. You don't have to always be looking for the deep shot. You don't always have to be trying to do too much. And I think that's one thing, going back to Stetson's post-game comments, where really on the field, and then also in the post-game presser, this team has not been having the kind of fun since really the first 3 weeks of the year. Just trying to put that, they've been putting that pressure on themselves maybe too much, just coming out of that Oregon win where it's like, okay, we got to strive for perfection. That's what the people want. It's like, well, no, you don't. I mean, at the end of the day, the fan base, everybody on the outside who watches Georgia and roots for Georgia, they want Georgia to win. And do they want Georgia to win ugly? No, of course not. I think the Missouri game scared a lot of people in that regard. You still won the game, but no, it wasn't a dominating performance. I think that was more of a realistic notion of how teams go through seasons, where You're gonna have games where others, play well and give you a scare, and that's what Missouri. That's how it was against Missouri. While Georgia obviously didn't play their best, I do sincerely believe for one way for Georgia to what lies in what Stetson said to have fun, go out there, kind of play loose, not place that burden on their own shoulders the way that it seemed a lot of players did, kind of pressing and striving for something really unattainable. Darnell Washington's one of the keys to that. He's been consistent the few times they've gone his way. He's been excellent at run blocking and pass protection. I'll give everybody that, but I look back at the Missouri game, the clutch catch he had on the sideline where Stetson put up the jump ball and he high pointed it, and it's just you don't have a player like that in college football. You also don't have a player like Brock Bowers, so by all means, run the offense. The offense starts with Brock. Darnell's got to be the other guy. Now, A.D. Mitchell, I'll concede this. When A.D. Mitchell comes back, he's your number 2 option. But then from there, you can't limit Darnell to 2 catches a game at this point. I think to me that's the if there was anything to improve, it would be getting him more touches, more involvement. I understand that's this offense has really tried to run the ball, or not run the ball, but place the ball in many different targets' hands. I mean, this offense, you're talking about so many different players who have had a catch. I mean, just gosh, we can run through it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 players have caught a pass this year. And Darnell is 4th on the team with 12. So they have spread the ball out tremendously. But I think here's the other thing that should help if Darnell Washington becomes more involved in the passing game, and that is you end up bringing in Oscar Delp and getting him more experience, as a blocker and possibly as a receiving option. They did run a lot of 13 personnel against Auburn. I know we joked earlier this year about Georgia running 14 personnel. This is definitely back on the Sunday call-in show before the season started. We kind of joked out, okay, with Bowers, Washington, Delp, and Eric Gilbert, the Georgia can run 14 personnel, just run 4 tight ends out there. Well, they are running some 13 personnel, and they did that against Auburn, and that gave Oscar Delp a lot more chances. He had 22 snaps against the Tigers, so pretty good deal getting the freshman involved. And I think that with more opportunities like that, especially with the injuries at receiver, with A.D. Mitchell down, and Kirby hasn't been too confident yet with A.D. I do wonder if this he had the thumb sprain, so add that to the list. So possibly if he's injured again against Vanderbilt, and then you get the bye to rest him up to get him ready for Florida, that's probably a good idea. But in the meantime, get Darnell more involved. The 4th leading receiver on this team, 207 yards, averaging 17.3 yards per catch. I didn't even look this up before. I believe that is actually the longest average on this roster. And you don't even have to do that with him. Get him some drag routes, get him some crossers, get him some easy looks, get him some screens even, and let him do his work. I mean, nobody's tackling him on first contact. You're going to have to either cut him low or have multiple guys come and bring him down. He's that big of a mismatch, and Georgia really, really should think heavily. Todd, if you're Tom Monken right now and you're analyzing why this offense is getting off to so many slow starts, I think he is your guy to move those chains early in the game and get this offense rolling. I look at him, I see matchup nightmare. I see somebody who is very equipped to help this offense more in terms of being a receiver than he has thus far. I honestly expected him to be a bigger part of the passing game, and perhaps his coaching staff, after maybe the last couple weeks, chooses to do the same. We will see. I don't have the answers as far as what they are thinking, but it's a good start. and we'll have to see what this coaching staff wants to do against Vanderbilt. But that is my quick take of the day. Get Darnell Washington more involved than he already is, and good things will more than likely happen. And so on that note, I will let you guys go enjoy your Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. If you haven't already, go to UGAsports.com and join the Dog Vent, the best community for Georgia football all over the internet. And with that, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward to this every morning, and it's all because of you. Thanks for being fantastic. And I've been Jason Butt. Y'all take care.